Dear students, this is Dr. Arshad Tiwari, Assistant Professor in Department of Business Administration, SPC Government College, Ajmer. The topic today we are going to discuss is expectancy theory of motivation, and this topic is a part of your paper human behavior. Now we have already discussed the meaning of motivation, and I think this is clear to you all what is the meaning of motivation. Now today we are taking Vroom's expectancy theory or model. Now expectancy theory of motivation was developed by Victor H. Vroom. It was first published in 1964 in his book Work and Motivation. Later this theory was expanded and refined by Porter and Lawyer and others. Expectancy theory is a process theory of motivation which describes the process through which needs are translated into behavior. It does not explain how needs emerge as has been described by content theories of Maslow, Herzberg and others. So, expectancy theory of motivation states that every employee is motivated to work when he believes to achieve the things which he wants from his work. This theory is based on the premise that every employee is a rational person. Now, according to whom, every employee has a tendency or motivation to act or behave in a certain way, but the strength of tendency or the force of motivation to act in a certain way is determined by the following three factors. These factors are valence, expectancy and instrumentality. Now what is valence? Valence or means attractiveness of the outcomes of the performance. Expectancy means employees' perceived probability to perform to a certain level. This perception or estimate of performance is based on his abilities, experiences, resources, environmental factors, etc. And third is instrumentality. It means the employees estimate that his performance will result in achieving the outcome or reward. Vroom states that the motivation force of an employee is a product of these three factors, that is valence, expectancy and instrumentality. This can also be expressed in a way of equation, and this equation is motivation force is equal to valence into expectancy into instrumentality. Now Vroom's model is also been developed by H. Vroom, and this model suggests that motivation leads to efforts and the efforts combined with employees' abilities. These abilities are efficacy, experience, as well as available resources, and environmental factors may also be there, and it leads to performance. The performance in turn leads to various outcomes or the results, and each outcome has some positive or negative value to the employee, which is termed as valence in this theory. When the total of all the valences is positive, the employee is motivated to make further efforts. When all these three factors are high in an employee's perception, the motivation of the employee is likely to be high. But any of these factors is low in the employee's perception of belief, his level of motivation is likely to be low. When an employee thinks or believes that it is impossible for him to perform, his motivation to perform will be low. Similarly, when an employee believes that outcomes are not linked to performance but depends on manager's whims, his motivation will be very low. When an employee does perceive any value in the outcome, the motivation to attain it will not be in him. Therefore, manager must always try to ensure that employee's level of expectancy, instrumentality and valence remains high. Only then the products of these factors will be high. Consequently, the motivation level will also be high. low level of any of the three factors, and consequently the motivation level will also be low. So expectancy or effort to performance expectancy will result in effort, then performance, then first level outcomes will be there, outcome 1 will be there, outcome 2 will be there, then the second level outcome will be there, and then third point will be instrumentality or estimated probability that performance will produce desired outcomes. Now some of the assumptions may also be there for the causes of the behavior. So we'll go through all these one by one. It assumes that behavior is determined by the combination of forces in the individual and in the environment. Second thing is, the model assumes that people make decisions about their own behavior in organizations. And the third, it assumes that different people have different types of needs, desires and goals. It assumes that people make choices from among alternative plans of behavior based on their perception of the extent to which a given behavior will lead to desired outcome. So these were the assumptions. Now some of the key factors or the concepts are also there, and it is usually stated that these three basic factors in Bloom's expectancy theory. However, few other factors are also considered important. All these concepts and factors are as I am explaining. Number one is efforts or the action or behavior, second is outcomes, and the third one is expectancy. Fourth is instrumentality, and fifth is balance. So we'll take all these one by one. Effort, action or behavior. Efforts are a behavior or action or set of behaviors, actions over which a person has control. Every person rationally choose to do or not to do any behavior or action. Actual level of behavior or action or effort depends on all other concepts of this model described there under. Second is outcome or the results. Outcomes are the results or consequences of actions or behaviors. These are the results or consequences over which one does not have complete control. So first level outcome will be there and second level outcome will be there. First level outcomes are the performances or consequences achieved from behaviors or actions or efforts of a person. These outcomes may be either positive or negative. Positive outcomes include higher productivity, good quality products, better cooperation, etc. While if we talk about negative outcomes, it includes non-cooperation behavior, non-cooperative behavior, poor quality products, low productivity, etc. And second level outcomes are the positive or negative results or consequences of the first level outcomes. These include higher pay, recognition by peers and society, promotions, etc. as a positive outcomes, and the criticisms, demotions, donation or reprimands as the negative outcome. Third is expectancy. Expectancy is the estimated probability that a particular action or effort will lead to a particular level of performance, that is first level outcome. In other words, expectancy is the belief on employee that a particular level of effort will lead to a particular level of performance. In fact, expectancy is an effort to performance expectations. These expectations are the subjective probabilities which may range from 0 to 1 or from 0% to 100%. Zero expectancy indicates that employees' efforts have no anticipated impact on performance. Fourth one is instrumentality. Instrumentality is the employee's perceived degree of probability that a particular level of performance will lead to a desired reward, that is second level outcome. Thus, employees' general perception is that there is a relationship between first level outcomes and second level outcomes. Instrumentalities range from -1 to +1. The 0 degree of instrumentality reveals that the employee perceives no relationship between first level outcomes and the second level outcomes. In short, instrumentality can be expressed as the performance to outcome expectancy. And the fifth one is valence or outcome valences. Valences or outcome valences is the value or preference perceived by an employee for a second level outcome, that is reward. And in other words, valence is the degree of satisfaction or dissatisfaction felt by an employee from a second level outcome. Now, some of the evaluations of the theory may also be there. Advantages of the theory are there, as well as the criticism may also be there. So, these were the points related with this theory, and in our forthcoming lectures, we'll go with the advantages as well as disadvantages of the theory. Factors determining motivation is also important part in this theory. So, the motivation force of an employee to perform a certain job depends upon all these 5 basic factors which we have studied earlier. These are efforts, outcomes, expectancy, instrumentality and outcome valence.